folks. Once again, it's a pleasure to see everybody. There is no school today, technically, because it is the 4th of July. Happy 4th of July to everybody. But we do things a little differently around here at certain times of the year. Please have a seat. We'll get right down to it. If there's anybody new here who's never been to the channel or been to the schoolhouse, thank you for coming. Appreciate you being here. For the course of the time that Explore Park in Virginia, the 3rd century living history park I used to work at for the best 11 years of my life, every so often we would break out of our mold, so to speak, to do something a little bit different. One of those things we did that was a bit different was the Appalachian Folk Festival, held usually in September or October during harvest time. Since the park was built in the Appalachian Mountains, it only made sense that we would have an Appalachian Folk Festival. And there at the festival, there would be the usual things that you would see at festivals: food, crafts, lots of crafts, artisans' examples of their artwork. We had a tinsmith at one time. There was always music of the best bluegrass version there was. And there'd be lots and lots of games. Typically during the Appalachian Folk Festival, I would not be working at the schoolhouse. Someone else would work the schoolhouse because I was in charge of the games. And the games were held on the schoolhouse green. We had a game called Rounders. Played a lot like baseball. One year, the very first pitch, the ball was just a big wad of leather with a bunch of wool sewed inside of it. The bat was the Board of Education. The very first pitch that was struck by the Board of Education went straight to the pitcher, and it nailed him right about here, right between the eyes where his glasses were. Since it was so soft, it didn't do any harm. He said he was just fine, knocked his glasses off, I think. But that was the end of Rounders for that day, lest somebody really get into trouble. There was also the hoop and stick game. You have a hoop, you have a stick, you chase the hoop with the stick. Great fun. Great fun, lots of sunshine, fresh air, exercise. Games were really good back then. There was also the game of graces, played with a wooden hoop, maybe 10 inches in diameter, 12 inches in diameter, played with 2 people, and each person had 2 sticks. The sticks looked an awful lot like elongated drumming sticks, but they had a point on it. The trick was cross the sticks, place the hoop so it rested on the X, do like so, off it goes, the other person tries to catch it like this, and then repeat, repeat, repeat. Again, great fun for all. While I was out this one particular day of the Appalachian Folk Festival, just supervising the games, since I was in charge, making sure everything's going fine, and it was going fine until I saw, is that a, what? That's a snake. That's a copperhead. There's a copperhead slithering its way right through the schoolhouse green, going I don't know where. Didn't really care at that point. And since copperheads are poisonous, this is cause for alarm. And there were lots of people around playing the games on the schoolhouse green, many, including myself, in close proximity to that snake. Here's what happened. And you're probably already ahead of me on this. I said to the people, there's a poisonous snake over here, it's a copperhead, please back away from the snake, do not approach the snake. Out came the cell phones, selfies with the snake, pictures with the snake. Please do not approach the snake. It's poisonous if it gets you. There's one of me and what, 2 dozen, 3 dozen people trying to all get some sort of gratification about being close to a snake, a poisonous one, of course. Well, luckily inside the schoolhouse there was a two-way radio. So I got on the two-way radio and I called up to headquarters, top of the hill, and I said, "We have a situation here, folks. There's a poisonous snake, a copperhead, running around." Looking back, it wasn't running anywhere slithering, but you get the idea. The schoolhouse green, and there are lots of people trying to get close enough to the snake for a selfie or just a photograph. They're paying no attention whatsoever to make calls to step away from the snake. Please send help. It wasn't too long before a good deal of help arrived. They managed to keep the people away from the snake, with difficulty, mind you. But it happened. They were kept away from the snake. No one was fanged. No one got hurt. When I was talking to them, to the people, the massive amount of Turons, I was saying in polite terms, but strenuous terms, to step away from the snake. That wasn't what I was thinking, though. I was thinking all sorts of things that cannot be repeated here, lest I get banned from YouTube. But the hell came down, the snake problem was taken care of, and everything went on as usual. And boy, did I collapse when I got home. It was very stressful. Not for the people around the snake, but for me. Anyway, that's what happens at certain times of the year when we do Appalachian Folk Festival. Other things happened which I'll relate to you in the future, some of which were at least as bad as a snake in the green. Now, since this is July 4th and there's no school, technically speaking, in session, you're free to go partake of the games. We do games on July 4th as well. Please be safe. Should you see any snakes, please stay away from them. This park is not a petting zoo, or not for a photo shoot, not with snakes. Thank you very much for coming. I hope you're all doing well. Hope to see you next time, whenever next time is. And in the meantime, as always, I have the honor to remain your most respectful and obedient servant, Dave Diggs, coming to you from a long time ago, and I'll leave you with this. It's the 4th of July. Whether you go out and have a barbecue, a picnic, a swim, a get-together, a sing-along, whatever you do, please remember why we celebrate the 4th of July. Thank you very much for coming. Do take care of yourselves.